قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم ويكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العظيم.
You are listening to to the breakfast rush.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد.
This Surah Yasin was brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your day.
There's something cooking at Murchison Spice, and its name is Elite Basmati Rice, available throughout the Middle East and now available in South Africa. Brought to you by Murchison Spice, Pietermaritzburg. Available in golden cellar and premium white, high in vitamins and low in calories. Perfect for the health conscious. Contact Murchison Spice on 033 387 2121. That's 033 387 2121. Murchison Spice. Taste the East.
Your award-nominated Breakfast Rush with Nichal Sarawan.
You guys do an absolute splendid, fantastic job at the Breakfast Rush.
You guys are the intelligent choice.
No matter what time you get on the Breakfast Rush, it's just brilliant.
I never really used to listen to Radio Al Ansar until I started tuning into the Breakfast Rush. It actually became a way of life. You guys really add value to people's mornings. You never know whose face you put a smile on.
Monday to Friday, 6 till 8 a.m.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
At Amina's Wonder Spice, we know that many of you already enjoy the pleasure of cooking with our 100% pure ginger and garlic. Our unique masala paste have created a new dimension and variety to your dishes. For all these reasons and more, we've called it a Wonder Spice. Amina's Wonder Spice, creating a unique taste in a paste. Available throughout South Africa, neighboring countries and also in the UK. Contact us on 031 577 5023 or www.aminaspice.co.za.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Inspiration for the Ummah, your morning nasiha.
You know, in the end, my friend, after all that rivalry, after all that competition, after the one who wanted to see he has the most, after all the attraction, after all of the games and amusements, you know what? With all the wealth that you've accumulated, all of us came the same, we leave the same. We came the same, we leave the same. which is what? We came to this earth without even clothes. And we leave the earth. We would have left without clothes, but Allah respected the human being by giving him or giving her the janazah cloth just to hide their shame. Otherwise we would have left the earth without clothes. Otherwise Allah could have said easily that we get buried down there without clothes. But just to respect the human being, Allah gave 3 sheets of cloths for men, 5 sheets for women, and that's what you go with on your body. And in terms of the space, you could be an owner of a business that is a multi-million company later on. You could have a whole set of investments in properties across the world that go into the several thousand square foot sort of places, several thousand square feet. But in the end, it's going to be the length of your body, a little bit more, and the width of your body, and a little bit more. That much space, maybe 3.5 cubits, arm cubits, 3.5 arm cubits of space, and maybe 2 arm cubits this way. That's all the land we get when we go from this earth. That's it. And you know what happens after that, my friends? A person goes to the grave, and when they're going to the grave, Prophet ﷺ has said 3 things follow a person to the grave. 3 things. His family will follow him to the grave. His wealth will follow him to the grave, or to follow her to the grave, and his actions will follow him or her to the grave, and they come all the way to the grave. فَيَرْجِعُ مِنْهُ اثْنَانِ 2 return back. The family who are crying over me, over you, the same family that I worked 12 hours a day for, the same family that I worked for a whole month to get a paycheck to pay all the bills for, and I did that for 25, 30, 40 years of my life. The same family that I fed every day, the same family that I invested for, the same family that I took them to the doctors for, the same family that I gave them protection, this whole kind of scheme and that scheme to try and protect them, the same family are now who are crying are going to walk away, take everything that I earned on this earth, everything with them back. The family is going to go back, and they're going to go back with my wealth. And when they go back with my wealth, they will be sitting there talking to each other how to distribute it. And where am I? I'm with my 3 cubit times 2 cubits sort of space. That's where I am.
TBR, it says on a Monday morning, Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome on in. It's 25 minutes after 6. Now, driving to studio this morning and just looking at the thermometer in the car, 13.5 degrees during the drive. Hopefully it's getting a little bit warmer for you wherever you are now. And if you're driving right now, just take it nice and easy. I know that it's still not big bright sunshine just yet, so hopefully you've realized that as well and turned on your lights on the car. Now I know it sounds like something so obvious, but Nichal, it's obvious. No, not to everybody. Some people need to be told, put your lights on, because they've got Superman vision and we don't. Oh man, Monday the 8th of June 2026. Assalamu alaikum, Nazmeera Cassim, how you doing?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm all good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good. I didn't get a chance to eat that bunny chow that you had over the weekend, which is horrible.
I
honestly.
had to do it.
I saw that. She sends me a video.
I had to do it. I don't know if you noticed that they only put potato in mine.
Yeah, you wasted money. I want to work where you work, where you can get to waste that kind of money.
No.
Because they charged you for it.
No.
They
didn't charge me for a lamb bunny chow.
They charge you for a potato and gravy bunny chow.
Yes. It happens.
Really?
When you have contacts at certain places.
Nazmeera Cassim's got a contact everywhere.
So I've been eating at this place for the past 20 odd years.
Oh, okay.
Actually longer.
Really?
So I think that's the reason.
Okay, so you bought the furniture in that joint.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu on the 21st of Zulhijjah, 1447, reminding you
Okay, everybody.
Everybody. You, your neighbor, the other person sitting next to you in the car, that the year 1448 is days away. We're expecting a moon sighting on the 16th of June.
Which is about 8 days away from now, give or take a
So
few
you have
days.
two things to look forward to this public holiday. Sleeping in and the moon sighting.
What public holiday?
16th of June. Isn't that Youth Day?
It's a public holiday?
Yes. Well, not for you.
I haven't experienced a public holiday in years.
And I'm sorry, you won't experience this either.
We're right here joining you on your breakfast rush, Monday to Friday. Come hail, rain, sleet, or snow. We like the American post office, man. We're here every day.
Even when Nichal has to pick up logs from the middle of the road.
It's been done. Not logs. 3 branches. World Cup coverage. So we've been chatting about this. Brother Zakaria's been having sleepless nights about it, to be honest with you. It's almost like he's playing for Bafana. Putting together visuals and all of those things for you so that you can enjoy your World Cup coverage here on your breakfast rush.
They must acknowledge that effort in the results they show us on Thursday.
Who's this?
Bafana.
Oh, Bafana. I don't know. Talking about Thursday, right? So South African time, 9 p.m. on Thursday night, the very first game of the World Cup, Football World Cup that is, FIFA World Cup 2026. 11 June 2026, Mexico versus South Africa, and this is 9 p.m. South African time. At 4 a.m. on Friday morning, the 12th of June, South Korea and Czechia.
Okay.
Right. So Friday at 9 p.m. you've got Canada, Bosnia-Herzegovina. And that's going to be taking place over the weekend. That weekend.
That Friday should have been a public holiday, the 12th.
Yeah, they could have moved it over. But then, listen, our president did come out and say if Bafana win the World Cup, we'll get another public holiday. Nobody's holding their breath for that. I mean, we're being realistic over here. I mean, we support our boys. We do support our boys, especially after FIFA made the announcement that they're banning vuvuzelas from the entire FIFA World Cup. We support our boys even more.
Don't lie.
They did. What? They did.
Shame on them.
They did. No. Why?
South African culture.
We are not in South Africa.
Our veins. It's flowing there.
We are not in South Africa. I mean, I haven't really, and I know there's a lot of people that disagree with me on this.
Mm-hmm.
I do realize it. Listen, those are your thoughts and these are mine. Personal opinion, which I'm not supposed to be sharing, but I'll do it anyway because it gets you talking. I've not watched a football match in a stadium in South Africa my entire life.
Wow.
Ever. Okay. I've never been, and I love watching football.
No, I haven't either, now that I'm thinking of it. I've been to fan parks.
And literally, not even that. I have not even done that. And the only reason I've not done it is this toneless trumpet called a vuvuzela.
Toneless. It's
Sirras.
in Hindi and Urdu, parampara. The South African football version.
Oy, oy, oy. No, it's just a noisy thing that just disturbs the entire game. Eventually, we'll get traffic this morning. I'm assuming we're going to get traffic today.
I'm just thinking about the repercussions if I had to bring one to studio on Thursday.
You know, I don't often exercise my ability to take care of business that way, but I probably will on that day.
Breakfast rush traffic.
Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Good, no complaints.
Fantastic. Tell me, the very first time somebody stole the horn of a truck and blew it in a stadium, why wasn't that person arrested?
That's what you call innovation.
You see? You give them a chocolate and say, well done.
Yeah, and if you listen to Mufti in the morning, he speaks about innovation and what have you. We should have listened from there. We should have.
But an innovation will disturb the entire world.
Literally. So FIFA had to step in and say, not here. Leave it by the palsy. Anyway, what's happening on the roads?
We're traveling between Durban and Pietermaritzburg this morning. Slow-moving traffic at Littlefield Park and Eastvale going towards Pietermaritzburg. There's some delays, so just allow for each traveling time, please. Delays on the NT at Cliffdale as well. So please allow extra traveling time because of the roadworks in that area. And lane restrictions, there is delays. Excuse me. There's slow-moving traffic on the N2 as well, and the M25 commercial highway, coming out of the commercial area towards the N2 eastbound, between Doves Road and the N2. Just allow for extra traffic time, please. Before I go, I've started a new business that I wanted to tell you about.
Yeah? A new business? Do tell.
Yeah. I'm selling live chickens.
You selling what?
Live chickens.
Hashtag running foul.
Well, something like that.
Okay, tell me about it. What's going on? What's the story here?
Well, I'm trying to sell live chickens, so...
Right. Just that.
If you want to order...
Right.
You see to EFT.
EFT, right.
And send your address.
Okay.
So we give the address to the chicken to come to your house.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
I'm not even going to go near that one there. Not by a long
The weather update. I think it's going to be playtime weather.
All right, weather report for Durban today. If you haven't heard, it's going to be a clear day in Durban. 23-degree high expected for Durban today. Pietermaritzburg, partly cloudy, 25. Richards Bay today, a partly cloudy, 25 expected there as well. Margate, mostly cloudy, 24 degrees. Ladysmith, starting up at 4, heading up to 22 at lunchtime. A clear day expected in Newcastle from all of 2 overnight up to 24 degrees. At lunchtime in Ladysmith. Johannesburg from 6 up to 21. Cape Town from 10 up to a cloudy 16 degrees. And that, according to the weather service, is or the weather apps, is what we can expect weather-wise if we're traveling around South Africa today. Some of your comments coming through on YouTube already. Just one for now. Assalamu alaikum to the Breakfast Rush team. Listeners, alhamdulillah, mashallah, for another beautiful Monday. Ameen Upper Latifa, who's on YouTube this morning. We're live on TikTok as well, saying assalamu alaikum to those folks that are coming through on TikTok. Your WhatsApp messages, we haven't forgot them. Got them right there inside the WhatsApp. And reminding you, residents and businesses, across eThekwini, continue to express frustration over municipal billing errors, rising tariffs and concerns about service delivery. We'll bash our head against a wall and talk more about this a little bit later on the show. And the reason I say bash your head against a wall is because no matter what it seems this way. It does. If your bill is excessive and you try to do something about it, you'd have a better time finding a wall, standing in front of it and just explaining it to the bricks and mortar.
Agreed. It seems like the only people that listen to the concerns are us, to each other.
To each other, exactly. So we'll talk about all of that and more, but later on we'll hear from Buddy Govender with the latest sporting update around about 7:40 this morning. Of course, cover headlining news as we get through the program as well. Apparently, allegedly, seemingly so, President Cyril Ramaphosa was on TV last night.
Yeah, so he said that the government will impose harsher penalties, including jail terms, for employers who hire undocumented migrants as part of a wider strategy to tackle illegal immigration and tighten enforcement across the country. He was addressing the nation amid growing tensions over illegal immigration and calls for undocumented migrants to leave. So his address on the government's response to rising tension comes amid calls for a nationwide shutdown on June 30th and demands that undocumented migrants just leave the country.
Shall we tackle that for a second? Shall we just go a little bit deeper?
Break it down.
A little bit deeper and go have a look, see what's going on here. It's taken you months to say something. Mr. Ramaphosa, President Cyril Ramaphosa, it's taken you months to say something that's been on television, that's been on social media, and like an open can of tinned fish just rotting in the corner of a room before you say something. Now you've made a call for these folks to go.
Mm-hmm.
How? A lot of people turning around looking at their screen saying, Nichal, they must go. How they came? In distress?
Yeah.
With fear? Some of them running away from places where they're not sure if their children would come home if they go to school?
Mm-hmm.
How?
And so many of these children haven't been going to school for the longest time, again, out of the same fear that you speak of.
There you go.
What happens to their education?
Yeah. Now, I understand the whole story about the criminal element and all of those things. Let's find them, the criminals, that is.
Yeah.
Arrest them,
Mm-hmm.
charge them,
Mm-hmm.
find them guilty if they are,
Yeah.
and then deport them. Don't keep them here.
Agreed.
Just bye-bye.
Agreed.
Meet up. You know, that sort of thing. But look, the reality of the situation is I didn't see the address because honestly I was expecting him to be late and then he was on time and then I was late and then... Anyway, so President Ramaphosa was addressing the nation amid growing tensions. Growing tensions? The tensions have grown, Mr. Ramaphosa.
People have
They're
died.
high. Exactly. They're high. Last night in the Sherwood area, mind you, there was a settlement not too far, but still there, not too far away from like where the Sherwood Municipal Hall would be.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And there were tensions between citizens and migrants
Mm-hmm.
that saw people get assaulted, saw people, human beings, in dark at night, getting robbed, assaulted. They were getting mood proper, right? And then packing their things and running for their lives. These are people that are living in not what you can even call low-cost housing. This is now squatter camp conditions, right? So they were bundling whatever they had and could bundle into like bin bags and packets and what have you, and try and move and get out of there, just running for their lives. So they ended up at this, call it soccer ground.
Yeah.
That's adjacent to the Sherwood Municipal Hall.
Yes, yes.
Trying to seek shelter. Now, nobody put up a tent or a gazebo or even an umbrella for them. What shelter they were getting, I mean, there are only so many trees there, right?
Yes, hardly
Is
any.
another story. But this was last night.
And the most ludicrous part about what you're saying is that there are so many people that get involved that don't even know what they're fighting for. So just because 10 people are hitting 5 people, you'll go and join them.
make it
But
15.
what for?
Yeah.
You don't know.
So, for me, and the reason why I'm a little bit opposed to this whole mission here is that violence should not even be an option. It's not the last option. It should not even be an option. It's literally as simple as that. That's the only reason I'm a little bit against how things are progressing. Sometimes you look at a fella and think, hey, this one just needs one. And he'll come right. But that's a story for another day. Anyway, it's 20-7. The Italian Coast Guard has recovered 10 bodies after a boat carrying nearly 60 refugees and migrants capsized near the island of Malta. The Coast Guard said a fishing boat rescued 48 people from the Mediterranean Sea after their craft overturned yesterday, adding that it capsized about 45 nautical miles, about 83 kilometers southeast of Malta after leaving Libya. It is the latest in a series of boat wrecks in the Mediterranean this year as refugees and migrants continue to risk their lives in a desperate attempt to reach Europe.
Back home, pressure is mounting on the city of Ekurhuleni following explosive financial disclosures that the city has allegedly paid 483 million rands to a company that sponsored the former city manager's private jet flight to London. This is after civil society organisation Public Interest SA slammed the metro as the epicenter of tender corruption, demanding immediate arrests and a thorough investigation. Now, these revelations came after reports last week revealed that Z Solutions allegedly bankrolled former Ekurhuleni city manager Dr. Imogen Mashanzi's 3.35 million rand luxury private jet trips to London back in 2022.
Now, on the assumption that this is like, you're guilty or whatever the case may be,
it's
right?
true.
And then the only reason I'm prefacing it with that is because this is old adage, Hindi old adage. Das din ka chor pakda jayega.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Gaza needs your support more than ever. Homes have been shattered and families have lost everything. With your support, our teams are delivering clean water tankers, feeding the hungry and assisting orphans who have no one left. Let us give Gaza whatever help we can. African Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
At Radio Al Ansar, we value your feedback. If you have a broadcasting-related complaint, please send it in writing to the head of the Complaints Committee. Be sure to include your full name, contact details. Voice matters to us.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation.
To be doing its own old thing.
It's having a Monday.
Yeah, it's having a Monday. I don't know. We're looking at everything that's going on on the system here, and the audio is there. I'm like literally watching the numbers go by, which means it's playing.
We just can't hear it.
You can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing. Anyway, microphone seems to be fine. So I want to get to today's topic of conversation. Call it that, right? Today's topic of conversation, where you get to lend your thoughts on this one here. So you could comment on WhatsApp. Okay, it's 0609041056, and Zach's busy checking up the whole camera situation, like we're not looking at a bicycle going down the road at the moment. There's this question. Interesting question that we came across and thought it would make for great conversation today, right? So if you had a chance to meet the very first person who gave you a job, your first boss, what would you say to them? Would it be a heartfelt thank you for believing in me when nobody else did? Perhaps they taught you valuable lessons that still help you today. Maybe they gave you your first opportunity to earn an income and build confidence. Or would your message be a little bit different? Some people had bosses who were difficult, demanding, or even unfair. Maybe your first boss taught you what kind of leader you never want to become. So, looking back, did your first job shape the person you are today? Are there lessons, good or bad, that have stayed with you throughout your career? I want to hear the stories. Nazmeera Cassim wants to hear the stories. Even Zach wants to hear your stories. We love stories.
Yes, please, tell us. And who knows, it could be something that inspires someone that's looking for a job right now.
Yeah?
I would be inspired.
If you could sit down with your first boss today, what would you say? And tell us why. Spill the beans on a Monday. Let's hear about it. Let's hear about your first experience. And WhatsApp 060-904-1056. You can comment right there on TikTok if you want. You can comment on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever it is. There are many ways to get a hold of us here on The Breakfast Rush. If you had the chance to meet your very first boss, what would you say to them? We want to hear your stories. If you could sit down with your first boss today, what would you say to them, him or her, and why?
देखा नहीं कोई आप सा, देखा नहीं कोई आप सा, तेरी जुल्फ गर शबे कदर है याद है, तेरा चेहरा बदरे मुनीर है याद है, तेरे कुर्बान जाऊं मैं या नबी, तू हबीबे रब्बे कदीर है, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, हाँ मगर महबूब कोई आप सा देखा नहीं, हाँ मगर महबूब कोई आप सा देखा नहीं, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, मैं तो कर सकता नहीं जन्नत की बातें शौक से, मैं तो कर सकता नहीं जन्नत की बातें शौक से, वो करे जिसने, हाँ जिसने, वो करे जिसने दया रे मुस्तफा देखा नहीं, वो करे जिसने दया रे मुस्तफा देखा नहीं, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, देखने को या मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, मीम का पर्दा हटा कर वो निगाहे शौक से, मीम का पर्दा, हाँ पर्दा, मीम का पर्दा, हाँ पर्दा, मीम का पर्दा हटा कर वो निगाहे शौक से, मुस्तफा को देख ले जिसने खुदा देखा नहीं, मुस्तफा को देख ले जिसने खुदा देखा नहीं, मुस्तफा मोहम्मद यूं तो क्या देखा नहीं, एक से एक बढ़कर हंसी देखे मगर या मुस्तफा, एक से एक बढ़कर हंसी देखे मगर या मुस्तफा जैसा हुस्न वाला दूसरा देखा नहीं, आप जैसा हुस्न वाला दूसरा देखा नहीं।
The Breakfast Rush. It's the only way to start your day.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
Every day's a good day. Did you hear? Your favorite 24-hour dentist has moved? Crown Dental Studio, offering everything your smile needs, from general to cosmetic dentistry. Female practitioner now available upon request. Call us on 081-207-8621 to schedule your next appointment. Or visit our new studio at 26 McCuton Avenue, Durban North. Crown Dental Studio, your 24-hour dentist.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
My youth passed by so quickly, left all my dreams in the backseat. We used to dream with paper planes, wrapped in a cape, planning our escape. Scars on my skin, learn from my mistakes. Tears in my eyes, wiped up from my face. The sun disappears till I hear my name. 'Cause mama calling out, I'm an hour late. The older I get, the harder I fall. My dreams were so big, even though I was small. I was told that I can't, but I'm still gonna try. Now I'm up in the clouds, with no wings I'ma fly, oh fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, oh fly.
Every single place I go, people call me foreign. Laying low lately, that don't mean I can't be sorry. Other side of the globe, somewhere I ain't never been. I was searching everywhere, forgot to look within. Now I understand the world is bigger than the block, yeah. Used to play hot lava, posted at the park, yeah. Now my Akis carry lava cause the block is hot, yeah. Where did all the years go? Can't change the past, but our future yet to unfold. Gotta keep myself driven, never neutral. I've been writing with a purpose, so I speak it for my soul. Gotta do this for my youngest till the day I die. Even if I don't succeed, I can say I tried. You see a smile, cause the pain we just tryna hide. Just tryna show my people you don't need no wings to fly. The older I get, the harder I fall. My dreams were so big, even though I was small. I was told that I can't, but I'm still gonna try. Now I'm up in the clouds, with no wings I'ma fly, fly away, fly away, fly away,
Isam and Sid. It's not Saeed, is it? No, it's just Sid.
I say Saeed.
You say Saeed.
That's
There's
what he
no
calls
A in it.
himself.
Really? You spelled his name wrong, like me. The track's called
Wasn't
Fly.
him.
Yeah, I know. Unless they registered him here in apartheid days. The guys just didn't care about spelling your name correctly. But anyway, it is your breakfast rush. 3 minutes to 7. News coming up at 7. Residents and businesses across eThekwini continue to express frustration over municipal billing errors, rising tariffs, and concerns about service delivery. So we'll chat on the subject with eThekwini DA Councillor Andre Beetga on the program a little bit later on, where we're talking about eThekwini's municipalities billing concerns. You get a chance to listen in on that conversation around about 7:10 or so this morning. Now, earlier we said that we'd come across an interesting conversation and thought it would make for great conversation with you this morning. So if you had a chance to meet your first boss, you know, that first person that gave you a job, yeah, what would you say to them? What would it be? We want to hear your stories, right? If you could sit down with your first boss today, what would you say? And like why would you say that? So send your messages through on WhatsApp. Like this one here from Hadra says, I am still in contact with my first boss and his wife, just over 36 years. I was a naive farm girl when I started working with them. It's a long story, but full of positives.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Sarah Bibi Mustafa says, I have never worked for anybody. I had my own business.
Right.
And yeah, she said she was brought up in an Islamic environment and she's loving the show,
Yeah.
the nasheeds, the vibes, and TBR's atmosphere.
Okay, so I don't know why you edited it.
I read it
Right.
verbatim.
No, let me read it properly.
Okay.
Right? Because I know there's a few missing words in between and what have you. But it says, I never worked for anybody. My family had their own business and never allowed girls to work. Got married, became a housewife. Right. Bunny Governor is ready to give us sports. But we'll talk about that around about 7:30. Nurunisa sending salams to everybody this morning, and she says, I would convey my sincere gratitude to him because he saw potential in me and told me that I would go a long way. His advice and scoldings never ceased to amaze me. He always gave me the confidence to believe in myself, and just like you guys, I always got a lot or a jolt of energy every morning to steer me forward.
We've seen that energy.
Yeah, we have definitely experienced that positive energy.
Latifa says, well said. 10 days
Rogue.
will
Yeah.
get caught one day.
True story. Shanaz?
Salams, Nish, I'd like to send...
Wait, on topic, by the way. Shanaz is on topic. Go for it.
Okay, I'd like to send best wishes to all the children writing their exams, especially my little one, Shabanu. May Allah make it easy for all of them. From Shanaz Nani.
Sherbanu,
okay?
Yeah.
Ameen.
Yes, Nishal, the Vuvuzela is too loud. This is Abu Bakr Khan. That is always on topic. I will accept that comment whenever you send it. No problem. He says, to my first boss, thank you for the opportunity. Also, for me being a responsible adult that I am today. Do you remember your first boss?
So, my first boss was my dad.
Right.
And when people hear that, they think, okay, so you had the comfortable experience, you know.
Did you?
No, I didn't. It was real. He was towards me like he was towards everybody else, which was good. I would also get free lunch every day, so maybe in that way. But no, in terms of responsibility, here's your task. You have a deadline completed. It was the same for everybody else.
Yeah.
However, because I grew up in that company, everyone else other than my dad spoiled me greatly.
Really?
They were amazing. So even if I needed to give them something and I maybe, gave it to them later than I should, they were chilled.
You were missing
like they
deadlines.
wouldn't. A couple of times I was learning.
Right.
I was also very young. It was a holiday job. I was in school. But I earn for it, which is why for me it's still classified as my first form of employment.
So wait, you got paid?
Yes, of course. So they were chilled. My dad, on the other hand, look, he gave me the real... What's the word? The real opportunity.
Right.
As you would have it anywhere else.
Well, there you go. So we want to hear from you. What was your first experience in employment? If you got the opportunity to sit down with your very first boss, the person that gave you your very first job, what would you say? Give us that information. We want to know about it. Like Zenat says this.
My message for my boss. Thank you for breaking my confidence and oppressing me.
Oh, no.
It was all the more reason for me to persevere and become the leader I am today. Treating people fairly is my priority, and giving empathy is so important. She gave us none. I try my best to not be everything that she ever was. People thrive in a happy environment. It's true, not being in a Hitler type of setting.
Right. Oh, that didn't sound very positive. I'll tell you what, let's get into news on a Monday. Like nothing happened, Nichal. Come on.
The Breakfast Rush Main News Bulletin.
Making news at 7 as the government of provincial unity in KwaZulu-Natal teeters on the brink of collapse, the ANC has assured its partners of support. Good morning, I'm Thabile Duma. As the government of provincial unity in KwaZulu-Natal teeters on the brink of collapse, the ANC has assured its partners of support. Speaking at a party rally in eThekwini yesterday, Secretary General Fikile Mbalula assured the IFP and the DA that the ANC is still in full support of the arrangement. Mbalula said his party has observed the problems at the NFP and its potential impact on their GPU. However, the ANC has not changed its position. His comments put to bed for now speculation that the ANC in the province might opt to work with the Mkhonto weSizwe party-led coalition following the NFP's withdrawal from the 2024 arrangement. A news agency reported that a source in the MK party in KwaZulu-Natal said after NFP leader Mbali Shinga had been expelled from the party, the MK party hoped that the ANC national leadership would allow the party to work with the MK party as it did in Gauteng. The Constitutional Court has dashed the last hopes of King Misuzulu Zwelithini's detractors of removing him from the throne. On Friday, the highest court dismissed Prince Mbonisi Kabheka Zulu's last-ditch effort to have King Misuzulu's recognition set aside. In April, Prince Mbonisi and 23 other royal family members had petitioned the Court to rescind its earlier decision to dismiss Prince Mbonisi's appeal at the Supreme Court of Appeal, which affirmed King Misuzulu as the legitimate AmaZulu monarch. Prince Mbonisi is the half-brother of the late Zulu King Goodwill Zwelithini, who was King Misuzulu's father. In Friday's judgment, the Court said after considering Prince Mbonisi's application for a rescission, it found no reason to overturn its earlier decision. In more news, South Africa's political parties have delivered sharply contrasting reactions to President Cyril Ramaphosa's national address on illegal immigration, exposing deep divisions over how the country should tackle migration, border security, unemployment and rising tensions involving foreign nationals. Opposition party Action SA dismissed the president's intervention as inadequate and accused the government of failing to confront what it describes as an escalating immigration crisis. In a statement yesterday, Action SA President Herman Mashaba said Ramaphosa had merely repeated policies that had failed for decades. The Democratic Alliance, however, welcomed the president's remarks and endorsed his assertion that South Africa's economic challenges are not caused by foreign nationals, but by lack of economic growth and job creation. On the other hand, a March and March movement leader Jacinta Ngobese Zuma offered a mixed response, welcoming the fact that Ramaphosa had finally addressed the issue after months of public pressure. Ngobese Zuma said the president had correctly identified some of the challenges associated with illegal migration, including crime, employment concerns, and the pressure on public resources. However, she questioned whether government fully understands the scale of the problem. Justice and Constitutional Development Minister Mamoloko Kubai has urged the youth to reject corruption and uphold the values of the Constitution. She was hosting 30 young women professionals at a lunch in Centurion. It forms part of the department's broader Youth Month program. And finally, Iran has launched a barrage of missiles towards Israel after warnings from Tehran that Israel must halt its ongoing assault on southern Lebanon or face more attacks. The Israeli army said in a series of Telegram posts that multiple rounds of strikes had targeted Israel starting at about 10 p.m. local time yesterday, triggering sirens in locations across the country. The army said it intercepted all missiles from Iran thus far, with the Home Front Command advising residents that they could leave protected spaces about an hour later. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had confirmed that it targeted Israel's Ramat David airbase with ballistic missiles in a statement circulated by Iranian media, calling the attack a response to the widespread killing and displacement of people in southern Lebanon. Shortly after the launches began, Moshe Razia, the military advisor to Iran's supreme leader, wrote on X that Iran repeatedly stated that it would not tolerate violations of the ceasefire and aggression against Lebanon. Taking a look at financial indicators, that the rand to the US dollar is trading at 16 rands and 54 cents, to the euro at 19 rands and 7 cents, to the pound at 22 rands and 6 cents. The Saudi Riyal is at 4 rands and 37 cents. Gold is trading at $4,311.79. An ounce of Brent crude oil is trading at $96.30 a barrel. That's it for now. I will be back with the headlines at 7:30. For Radar and Sound News, I'm Thabile Duma.
Thank you very much, Thabile Duma. It's your breakfast rush that you locked into 8 minutes after 7 now. From traffic jams to wellness plans, Pelican Pharmacy has you covered. This traffic update is brought to you by Pelican Pharmacy.
Breakfast rush traffic.
Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much. We start off on Hans Detman Highway, Livingston Highway, M1, an accident at Hans Detman. The traffic is building up all the way back to the SAP Training College, Unit 9, Unit 11. Just be aware of that, please. Lots of traffic in that vicinity. If you have not gone past the training college, I suggest you take that ramp, go turn right under the bridge, down the hill, turn left to 1124, all the way up 1124 until you get to the top, turn right into Shawcross, and left onto Flowerwater Road. That should take you back onto Hans Detman Highway again. You park obstruction on the N3, northbound going towards Peter Marisburg at the bottom of Peaceville, left-hand lane obstructed. Vehicle accident, this is at 125 Alumina Alley Street in Alton. Now it's Richards Bay. It's going towards the harbour, so there is delays. Just please, those trucks that are going in there, be careful. Taxi broken down on the NC coming towards Durban, just before the Sherwood off-ramp. Looks like the tyres come off, so just be aware of that. Left-hand lane obstructed. If you're coming from the ramp of the N2, you're going to come up behind this taxi. Just be aware of that, please. You got two abnormal loads going up the M7, westbound, from the N2 towards Pinetown. Very slow moving. We send authorities to go and have a look at them. They're not supposed to be moving at this time of the morning during peak, so they will deal with them once they stop them. That's your second update.
Thank you very much, Colonel Raouf. Much appreciated. You take it nice and easy, and we'll catch up with you a bit later on the show.
Wa alaikum salam.
Helping you navigate the roads and your health. This update, traffic update that is, comes to you from the fine folks at Pelican Pharmacy. Now, what else is coming to you from Pelican Pharmacy? Well, look out for hot savings that are waiting for you at Pelican Pharmacy. Get Active Arnica Massage Oil, 50 ml for just 73 rands 90. Ferris Fort 30s, only 175 rands 90. Amino Leak BCAA at 264 rands 90. Osteo Ease Gold 90s banded with MSM 30s at 219 rands 90. Great value, trusted care and everyday wellness all in one place. Visit Pelican Pharmacy today whilst stocks last. When we come back, we speak with Andre Beertge, the eThekwini DA councillor. And the topic of conversation today, well, eThekwini's municipality billing concerns.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
Get ready to elevate your fitness game at First Fitness in Durban's Berea. With a spacious free weight area, award-winning equipment and exclusive ladies-only parking and training level, we've got everything you need to crush your goals. Hit the ground running on our outdoor track or unleash your inner warrior in our MMA and boxing dungeon. Plus, enjoy high security and ample parking. And don't forget to refuel at our halal coffee and health restaurant for the best in coffees, smoothies and healthy eats. Join us today and redefine your fitness journey. First Fitness, dare to be extraordinary.
More than 800 million people around the world live in deep poverty, uncertain of where the next meal will come from. For those on the brink of starvation, a food pact means survival, dignity and hope. Send food. Send kindness. Be the reason a family does not go hungry. Donate now to Islamic Relief.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Woolerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
Residents and businesses across eThekwini continue to express frustration over municipal billing errors, rising tariffs and concerns about service delivery. Recent reports presented before the council paint a troubling picture. A city of approximately 4.5 million people being supported by just over 500,000 rateable properties, while thousands of billing queries continue to be logged each month. Concerns have also been raised about water losses, electricity losses, unmetered consumption, and the pace at which smart metering technology is being rolled out. Joining us on the program this morning is eThekwini Democratic Alliance Councillor Andre Beertge. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Rush on Radio Al Ansar.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome very much for having us on this beautiful Monday morning.
Have you with us? Now, Councillor, you've described the city's financial stability as resting on a relatively small base of compliant ratepayers. How serious is the situation and what risks does it pose going forward?
Well, the problem is that you've got a shrinking rate base. So the city is more and more reliant on those who are actually contributing. And that transfers to the results in the increases that we are suffering year on year to balance the budget. You know, the figure you earlier mentioned in the opening statement, of those only 427,000 are residential. The rest are business, and the rest of that figure are those households under 350,000 that don't contribute. If we don't do something, it means that those who are paying are actually being taxed more to sustain those who are not, because at the end of the day, everybody needs to use.
Indicate that only a fraction of eThekwini's population contributes directly through property rates. Why has the rates base remained so limited despite ongoing development claims?
Yes, that is a problem because we don't seem to extend that. We should be, and even in this budget, it makes provision for all households to at least contribute something. Now, that's something that's been on the books and in the talk for many, many years, but that hasn't been done. So the properties, we also pick up the threshold, but we're not extending it. And if you look at other, or increasing it, if you look at other I don't want to nearly compare with other cities, but we're not growing to the extent that we should. Although we indicate or told that there's more investment, Durban is just not attractive anymore. Your service delivery challenges makes people think twice before they come to Durban. You know, if you've got sewage running down the streets and you've got outages, you don't have water on tap, it makes people think twice whether Durban is actually the destination where they should be. And then they go somewhere else. And that, unfortunately, drains our rate base because it's normally those who contribute who then go and seek alternatives.
Councillor, you've highlighted what you call severe billing dysfunctionality within the municipality. What are the most common complaints residents are bringing to your office?
Yeah, as we said, the city says that they read water meters every month and electricity every third month. That's absolutely a myth. As it sits right here on my desk, I've got NPOs that are billed 100,000 Rand for water. I've got a service organization that's got 235,000. It's impossible that they have used this. And now, if the city doesn't read, then it means it's a dispute every time, and those not necessarily getting resolved within the billing cycle, only after several billing cycles. That results in disconnections, disputes. You have to sign an acknowledgement of debt. You have to pay a deposit. It's just not viable. We need to go over to the smart meter so that the city can immediately see when something is wrong, not when they eventually come and they estimate, and then come and read, and then find that there was an underground leak, and now suddenly there's 100,000 Rand, and that we need to discuss. The smart metering is something that we should be going. The city can immediately see if there's something wrong. They don't have to wait. So, sir, you've got a problem. And even those who are illegally disconnected can be disconnected immediately. Those who are illegally connected can be disconnected immediately because all of that drains the fiscal. You and I, we are the ones paying the bill. We need to read on time, and the best way is to do it from a control room through a smart meter and know exactly what's going on. And that includes those who qualify for 6 kiloliters of free water. We need to monitor that to see that it's only 6 kiloliters and not 7 kiloliters. At the moment, the taps are running. Nobody really knows what gets used where.
Mm-hmm. Water losses remain a major concern. How much of the municipality's financial pressure can be attributed to non-revenue water and infrastructure failures?
Well, if you say 54% is the accepted norm of water losses, that's what we know of. And the city, it's billions. We spend billions on water alone. That's never mind the electricity. There we are 12.7% loss. The infrastructure is failing. That's a reality. The city even admitted to it. I think 2 years ago, we were spending 130 billion to get that replaced. There's no way that you've got 130 billion to replace your water infrastructure alone. And then at the moment, it's a known fact that the city's plumber network is not working. So the contractors have not been on the road for a month. So that means last week, Tuesday, a week ago, we were standing at 6,000 recorded water leaks that have not been fixed. That's probably doubled by this week. That means the 54% is much more because there's just not enough capacity and people to actually address the water losses. At the moment, the city is addressing it with the internal capacity, and the priority is the bursts. But the leaks, so when you drive home to this evening or to work this morning, look at how many leaks are running and how long they've been running. That is money going right out of our pockets because that water is getting paid for, because by the time it leaks, it's already gone through the meters and we are paying for it. And is the city doing something about it? No. We've asked, there's a dispute, there's no money, contracts have been changed. But the reality is there's not one plumber. As we sit this morning, there's not one contract plumber out there doing any work, and the city had thousands of them doing the work. Why not? Because of political disputes, and who knows who's going to get the new contract and when it takes effect.
So if you've just tuned in, we're speaking with eThekwini DA Councillor Andre Beertge. Now, Councillor, you've called for an accelerated rollout of smart water meters. How would this improve billing accuracy and accountability?
Well, it means that you can sit from a control room and you have got direct access to the information on these meters. So if there's a leak and you see excessive usage, you can immediately contact the customer, or you can even stop the supply from where you are in the control room. That means if there's an underground leak, it doesn't take 2 to 3 months before we now go into a dispute with the resident. The resident didn't know there was an underground leak, and in the meantime, the water is gone. You can also see if there's, let's say somebody is disconnected, you can immediately see if there's usage, means there's a illegal connection. If somebody is on the 6 kiloliter free water, again, you can immediately see that it's now exceeded. You can either close the water, and then the people will have to pay for that extra water after the 6 kiloliters. That gives you direct control. You can see where it's going. And the same would apply to electricity. The electricity should also be monitored like that across the board. At the moment, we've got 12.7% loss in electricity. Why? Because nobody's monitoring it. Our backlog in converting conventional to electricity meters is 3.5 years, 3.5 years. That's excluding those who have got illegal connections, meters that have been bypassed. It gives you the ability to control and to see immediately what's going on across your city. So if there's loss, act immediately.
In closing this morning, Councillor, how much of the current problem is due to administrative inefficiencies, and how much is due to broader economic challenges facing residents today?
I would say a large portion could be attributed to administrative failure. If the people, the human factor goes out there, they do not read the meter right, they change the digits around, then that accumulates. As I mentioned earlier, if I'm sitting with 2 accounts and those 2 accounts alone contribute for almost R500,000, how many R500,000 are out there? It's not uncommon for us to find a pensioner with a 500,000 rand bill. Now, that must translate immediately to the fiscal, because the city says that they've got an expected income of, let's say, for argument's sake, 500 million coming in this month. If that 500 million, so on paper, it reflects that you've got 500 million coming in, but in reality, the real income is, for instance, only 2 billion, because the other 3 billion is actually dispute. It means that loss of a better word, you're cooking the books, because you're showing that your credit and your abilities are much higher. That affects your credit rating, the confidence out there from the marketplace. But in reality, that's not going to transfer from estimations and billing to actual money in the bank. And that's why the cash on hand fluctuates all the time. Anywhere from 14 to 22 days, when we should be having cash on hand between 1 and 3 months. So it's one thing to say, this is my liquidity on paper. It's another thing, what did I bank of that money? And that, you can see that it immediately influences the whole financial stance of the city. And that's what I would ask. Why the plumbers not out there? Is it a matter of contract, or is it a matter that the city can't afford to put them out there?
Councillor Winner, thank you for your time this morning and your thoughts on the subject as well, and wish you a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Same to you.
So, that was eThekwini Municipality DA Councillor Andre Beertge speaking on the eThekwini Municipality billing concerns, and a recent report presented before Council painting a rather troubling picture. Now, think about these numbers for a second. A city of approximately 4.5 million people being supported by just over 500,000 rateable properties, while thousands of billing queries continue to be logged each month. Let that sit in your mind for a second.
I just cannot understand what happens to those that sit in those chairs that are responsible for solving all of these issues. 6,000 leaks a week ago?
Yeah.
And possibly, like Councillor said, 12,000 today?
It's possible. Anything's possible. But here it is. Your breakfast rush, 27 after 7. When we come back, we'll tell you what you can expect from our set of Vodacom stores.
Big city to big city. Winners wake up with the breakfast rush.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
For gold and silver investors, the right partner makes all the difference. At IBV Gold, we are a world leader in gold and silver Krugerrands, trusted for over 21 years. Looking to sell? We offer seamless transactions and immediate payment for your Krugerrands. Whether you're buying or selling, IBV Gold delivers unmatched value, security, and discretion. Your decision is simple. IBV Gold is the place. IBV Gold, the most valuable decision you'll make. Visit us at www.ibvgold.co.za.
At Absa Islamic Banking, we get that the first lessons about money are never just about money.
2, 3, 400.
And what do we do with it?
We save some and we give some.
That's my boy. They're about responsibility, generosity, principles, and banking that honors your values. Get an Islamic youth account for your children, plus discounted banking for your spouse with Ultimate Islamic Banking. Apply online. Your story matters. Absa. T's and C's apply. Absa is an authorized financial services and credit provider.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Sandton 2.0.
Deal so good you cannot miss out. Like our 20 gig data deal. It's a SIM only deal giving you 10 gigs of anytime, 10 gigs night owl and 30 gigs once off data at a cost of only 99 rands per month over 24 months. And we'll throw in a free 5000 mAh power bank for those emergency load shedding days. We also have a 60 gig data deal, also SIM only, 40 gigs of anytime data, 20 gigs night owl and 30 gigs once off free for you at 179 rand per month over 24 months, also giving you that free 5000 mAh power bank. Now, if you need the devices to use, we have the Samsung Galaxy A16 4G. So if you like Android, listen carefully. It's the Red Flexi 170 plan, giving you 170 rands of airtime and 30 gigs of data. This is prepaid for 2,899 rand, or get it on contract, 169 rand. The device itself is a 6.7-inch display. You've got your triple 50, 5 and 2 megapixel camera with a 13 megapixel selfie camera. 128 gigs is your storage with 4 gigs of RAM, and it's an Android 14 device. If you prefer Honor, we have the X5C Plus on the Red Flexi 170 plan. 170 rand airtime value, 30 gigs of data once off for you. It's a Magic OS 9.0 device with 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gig storage. It's got a dual 50 megapixel rear camera with your 5 megapixel selfie camera and a 6.74-inch display. If you get this device on contract for 169 rand per month over 36 months or prepaid at 2,299 rand, we'll give you that free power bank as well. This and so much more at our set of Vodacom stores.
There's a complaint.
Oh, what happened?
Oh my word, really? There's a complaint that came through on TikTok. Firstly, I want to say a very good morning to Paresh out in Johannesburg that's watching on TikTok this morning. He's the one that sent through the complaint.
We hope that you have a blanket before the complaint.
Well, listen, don't worry about the blankets and the goodly jackets and all of that. The thing is, I don't know where to send this complaint.
Okay, what's the complaint?
It's like terrible. It's like I don't know which department would handle this sort of complaint, to be honest with you.
Share it with us. We'll be the department.
He says, guys, this morning my naan had less sesame seeds on it. It's a terrible thing to happen to a person.
You should say thank you.
Honestly.
This feature on The Breakfast Rush is powered by the Cellular City Group of Vodacom shops at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Entrance 6, Westwood Mall, Bluff Towers, The Workshop Durban, Megacity, Bridge City, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Sandton 2.0 Vodacom shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0 Westwood Mall, The Bluff, The Workshop Durban, Umlazi Megacity, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Sandton 2.0.
The Breakfast Rush News Headlines.
Making news at the bottom of the hour, President Cyril Ramaphosa gave firm direction on the illegal migration crisis in his address to the nation yesterday, reassuring citizens that he was taking steps to curb the problem and asserting that the government would act more firmly against the violations of the country's laws. Former Model C schools will be forbidden from checking whether applying parents have jobs, using pupils' academic marks as a criterion for admission, or conducting interviews with them. And finally, a powerful earthquake has struck the Philippines, destroying buildings and triggering tsunami alerts across Asia. That's it for now. For Radio Alansar News, I'm Thabile Duma.
Thank you very much, Thabile Duma. 7:33. It is time to get your next traffic update. Inshallah, good health travels with you. Your traffic report is brought to you by the fine folks at Pelican Pharmacy. Now, remember, just after the traffic update, you have to stick around because we've got to tell you all about the great savings that you can experience at Pelican Pharmacy. Now, there's a lot been going on the roads this morning. A crash from earlier this morning on the M1, the Mike one that is, near Hans Detman Interchange. We know that services were on scene and taking care of it, inshallah. It's all cleared up now.
Breakfast Rush Traffic.
Colonel Raouf, assalamu alaikum, welcome back.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, the action has cleared up, but the traffic hasn't cleared up. The traffic is still backed up. It's starting to move slowly, so just be patient. It will eventually clear out. The traffic coming on the M1 towards Higginson Highway, going towards Chelsea and also going towards Cloudwater. Your roadworks on the NC, my direction of the Ashburton and New England Road. There's lane restrictions and traffic backing up all the way towards here, Maritzburg. It's broken down on the N3. We spoke about it earlier on. At the bottom of Key still there on the left-hand lane. There will be delays in that vicinity. So moving traffic on the N2 northbound as you're approaching the M7. There's still moving traffic on the M41 eastbound. Coming from Ottawa, roadworks taking place and lane restrictions as well. Just allow for extra traveling down the trees. That's your final update.
Thank you very much, Colonel Raouf. Appreciate it. You take it easy. We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning, inshallah.
Just a question. Did you do sports in school?
Yes, I did.
Nazmeera, did she do sports?
I did. Still do.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Did you see that youngster win that 400 meters he broke the new record?
Young Mr. Pillay.
Yeah.
He did very well. He did exceptionally well.
You know, I could run the 100 meters in 11,
So I beat you.
Did you?
Yeah. So once upon a long time ago, when I was half the size I am now, and this was in high school, it was, and in those days it was standard, right? So standard 6, 7, 8, 9, like that, right? So back in those days. So yeah, high school, 100 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, and the relay, and then discus. That was my scene. That was my scene completely.
So we'll relive that, right?
Yeah.
Sometime soon.
So I could do it in 11.
Versus you.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the time, but I know I beat you.
So you say you beat me.
I know I beat you. We can try again now.
Yes, please.
So you did better than 11.
Yeah. No, I beat you.
Well, I did my one in 11 days.
Definitely beat you. Thank you very much, Colonel. Assalamu alaikum. Have a good one. There you go. He's gone. It's 7. Yeah, he's gone to practice. It's 7:37 this morning. Hot savings waiting for you at Pelican Pharmacy. Get Active Anika Massage Oil 50 ml for just 73 rands 90. Ferris Fort 30s for only 175 rands 90. Amino Lick BC AA at 264 rand 90. Osteo Ease Gold 90s, Banded with MSM 30s at 219 rands 90. Great value, trusted care, and everyday wellness all in one place. Visit Pelican Pharmacy whilst stocks last. Remember, traffic on the show proudly brought to you by Pelican Pharmacy, keeping Durban moving one prescription at a time.
Got dragged on, excellent length, a little bit of movement.
The Breakfast Rush Sport Update with Buddy Govender.
Now, one of these days, we're going to get Buddy Govender live on camera. One of these days might just be Thursday. But in the meantime, what Buddy's watching is the intro to what we're planning for the World Cup that's kicking off on Thursday night. He's just like you're watching it on YouTube right now, the visual intro for the World Cup. Buddy, Assalamu alaikum, welcome.
Walaikum salam, Nichal. Very nice intro, I must say. Thank you very much. Very nice. Very nice.
So we're working on other things as well, like posters and all of those other fancy gadgets that we could possibly have. We're working on that for you, and inshallah you'll have that before Wednesday comes around. But in the meantime, Buddy Governor, let's have your report since this Friday.
Wednesday we start in the World Cup kickoff. We start to talk about continent to continent Wednesday, so that Thursday we're ready to get cracking, knowing exactly what's happening. But the big news in global sports this weekend was the South African Blitzboks. They were crowned the HSBC Sevens 2026 World Champions, which means they were the best Sevens teams on the nation. Having said that, the very next game, they went down crashing to Spain. But it was great to see France winning the title in Bordeaux, France. So it was great to see the home nation doing their bit there. I think after 22 years, France won a Sevens. Yesterday also, Kimi Antonelli, the teenager, won a chaotic Monaco Grand Prix, making his 5th consecutive Formula One victory for Mercedes. Isn't it amazing? Lewis Hamilton, driving for Mercedes last year, couldn't win. Moves over to Ferrari. This year, Mercedes are winning everything. That's just the way it goes. However, Hamilton finished 2nd in the Ferrari. Isaac Hadjar came in 3rd in the Red Bull. Cricket, England defeated New Zealand by 115 runs yesterday at Lord's. Today, we'll see the final World Cup friendly matches. But last night, there were a couple. Argentina beat Honduras 2-0. Brazil beat Egypt 2-1. Venezuela lost 2-1 to Turkey. Bolivia lost 4-0 to Scotland. Of course, the USA, they went down to Germany 2-1. MotoGP, yesterday, Marc Marquez claimed an historic 100th career win in Hungary, completing a fairy tale comeback just a month after undergoing surgery. So it was great to see him come through there. On the weekend, if you didn't get that one, Bafana played out a 1-1 draw with Jamaica in a behind-the-closed-door friendly match in Mexico. It was their last friendly before the World Cup kicks off on Thursday, when Bafana will play Mexico 5 games in a row now, Bafana have not won, which is not really a great run-up to the World Cup, but let's just hope they peak come Thursday afternoon. Yep, indeed, Wednesday we'll pick up on the World Cup, and we'll start the entire World Cup month, as Nichal said earlier. We'll have a World Cup update every day leading up to the final on the 19th of July. That's my bird for this Monday, Nichal.
Buddy, I got to ask, right? We've been talking to our listeners since this morning, asking them this question. So I said, let me just pose this to you and check your answer out as well. If you had a chance to meet the very first person who gave you a job, your very first boss, what would you say to that person? You know, we want to hear the story. If you could sit down with your first boss today, like, what would you say and why?
You know, it's amazing you asked the question, because I did. His name was Harold Harvey, Mr. Harold Harvey, a wonderful gentleman. And he's still alive. He's 99 years old. Wow. And I still talk to him. His son Kevin and myself are still very, very good and close friends. And you know what? I must tell you, this man treated me like family. He didn't treat me like an employee. And right up until the day I left that company, which was a private company, and went into municipal work, he was still very great. And I have much to thank that man for giving me the job. Apparently, there were 650 applicants at the time, and I was selected. So, you know, Allah had a hand in that. But I must say, I'm very grateful to the Harvey family.
That's fantastic to hear, buddy. Thank you for sharing that with us, and we'll catch up with you Wednesday.
Inshallah, you guys have a lovely day. And the team.
Wa alaikum assalam.
There you go. It's 7:43 now as we tick on closer to 8 this morning. Remember, news at 8 coming to you from Johannesburg.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African, and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond partner by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Cook with confidence, serving the best to the people you love, from one dish to the next. Sunfoil, the heart of good cooking.
At Checkers, our Steakhouse Classic range is crafted for those who take pride in every braai. Each cut is hand-trimmed by our expert butchers, perfectly matured and vacuum-packed for tenderness that melts in your mouth. From man-sized T-bone steak, beef tomahawk, and classic steak cuts, our butchery brings you over 21 Steakhouse Classic steak cuts to choose from, perfectly prepared. Checkers Cowie Park and Westwood Mall. Butchery, bakery, and deli, certified by the NIHT.
Your future will be different. Different careers, different opportunities, different ways of working. So your education should do more than keep up. Regent Business School prepares students, professionals, and leaders with practical knowledge, digital innovation, immersive learning, and real-world experience for what's next. Regent Business School, teaching different things differently. Visit regent.ac.za.
The Breakfast Rush, brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
We love the Breakfast Rush.
Janam fidaye Umar, ya Umar, 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 ya Habibi Umar, ya Habibi, ya Habibi Umar, ya Habibi Umar, ya Habibi. रसूल हैं वो एक बाउसूल हैं मुहाफिज़े रसूल हैं वो चाहते रसूल हैं सहाबिये रसूल हैं वो एक बाउसूल हैं मुहाफिज़े रसूल हैं वो चाहते रसूल हैं पछाड़ कुफ्र को सदा है आप ऐसे बावफा पछाड़ कुफ्र को सदा है आप सखा के आप बाब है मिसाल महताब है हसीन एक किताब है वो कुफ्र पर इताब है सखा के आप बाब है मिसाल महताब है हसीन एक किताब है वो कुफ्र पर इताब है जहाँ मिला जवाब है वो अदल का निसाब है जहाँ मिला जवाब है वो अदल का निसाब है दुआ है जिसकी बासर अंता हबीबी उमर अंता हबीबी है नील का ये वाकया जो जारी आपने किया तो शोहरा चार सू हुआ कलेजा कुफर का फटा है नील का ये वाकया जो जारी आपने किया तो शोहरा चार सू हुआ कलेजा कुफर का फटा तो दीन हक ने दी सदा ये नारा हर तरफ लगा तो दीन हक ने दी सदा ये नारा हर तरफ लगा गली गली नगर नगर रिज़ा किबरिया है जो दुआए मुस्तफ़ा है जो वफा का आईना है जो वो सैफ हक नुमा है जो रिज़ा किबरिया है जो दुआए मुस्तफ़ा है जो वफा का आईना है जो वो सैफ हक
11 minutes and counting to 8 now. Brother Fahim's on the road every morning, listening in and messaging us in studio as well. And you know, this morning I can literally feel his frustration, his pain. We were speaking with one of the eThekwini councillors on the program, and you know, you guys just listening in, paying attention, checking out what's going on, and all of that, and then we're talking about service delivery and what's been going on. So you got Fahim, who's talking about accidents at an intersection and not too far from the same intersection almost every day. Almost every day. Not exactly every day, but almost every day. Mm-hmm. All right. So hang on for a sec. I'm just going to go wake Zach up. Zach, it's time to wake up for work. He's sitting and admiring the cows on screen, basically. He's just like the scenery that's going on, and he's just like loving it.
Can't help it. South Africa is that beautiful.
Yeah, with the moo cows. Anyway, so Fahim's on the road. He says burst water pipes, and municipality does absolutely nothing about it. Right? So then they come, they dig up the road, and they try and fix it. But then when they put the road back together, they don't put it back properly. Mm-hmm. Right? And then he comes back and he says, I feel like municipal repairs is a sport. Whoever takes the longest or who does the worst job gets the best awards.
It feels like that. But then again, who's checking?
Because yet again this morning there's been another accident in the same place.
Is there anyone that comes and says, okay, you've done the job, it's done properly, so now I'm going to pay you?
No, they just, okay, wait, where's your invoice? There you go, here's some money. Crash involving 4 vehicles on Sparks Road now. 4 vehicles. Oh boy. Hopefully nobody's injured and it can get cleared up as quickly as possible, because under the best of circumstances, Sparks Road in Durban is the worst road to drive on. Now you got this accident that's happened there. Anyway, earlier we were talking about your first boss. Now, messages that have come through like this one here from Nadia. Nadia says, my first boss was my loving aunt who taught me woman power, independence, being smart and standing your ground, being a female in control. And alhamdulillah, today I'm successfully self-employed for 15 years going strong and standing
Alhamdulillah.
strong.
Your aunt has done a splendid job.
Yeah. All right. Nadia, I'm gonna put an offer out there to you, right? You saying you in business, self-employed, 15 years, going strong. I tell you what, send us a WhatsApp messages, maybe 3 or 4, that you would use to promote your business. Send it to me now. Let's have a look-see. What is this business that you've been in for the last 15 years?
MH says, my first job interview was in January 1985.
Yeah.
My now late boss asked me just one question. Who told you about the vacancy?
My connection.
I named the person and was told, start the job. I worked here for almost 20 years. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant marhum Harun Rashid Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. 1985.
So I know people normally nowadays are saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
So it's not new then.
No, clearly.
Because, MH is taking us back to 85.
Some of us were not even here then.
You know. Anyway, Zakir says,
Salams, guys. Excellent show as always. Now that I think about it, my first job actually shaped my life as it is today. I started in a humble family with enough funds to put food on the table and receiving some charity when requiring school clothes, etc. My first job was at the charity shop in town where I received some of my school clothes and shoes. I earned 10 rands a day. Wow. And today, after my life of success and now retiring, doing permanent community charity work, I have just become so thankful to this first job, alhamdulillah, The charity shop as I know it was Shireen's office in town. Salams, Zakir.
Thank you, Zakir, for sharing your story with us. One more. Hajra says, my first boss, alhamdulillah, I really appreciated the opportunity. Also treated me as part of the family.
That's the only way it should be.
Grateful. Great experience indeed. Wonderful, Hajra. Thank you very much for that. Abdullah comes through, says, hey, when they fix one leak, they cause 2 more. Well, story for another day, Abdullah. Story completely for another day. Shanaz.
Only for you, Naz. I'm working for 41 years. Final year for government.
Shanaz. I was alone there. And the only reason I say this, no, you gotta be that guy, because now she says final year working for government. 41 years. Final year working for government. Hey, Shana is going to be one Lani when she clocks.
From what we know, with the greatest amount of passion during that 41 years.
Do you know what?
In a place that needs it most, hey?
I joke like that because I know Shana's personally. We have had conversations. She works in the medical field. Yeah. She is, for the lack of a better description, Shanaz, because I can't give you an entire title, she's a nurse. She's the boss nurse, right? That's Shanaz. So I know her, and I can joke that way with her because she understands how my mind works. Anyway, she's been, for the last 41 years, working in this medical field, just doing her absolute best for the community for all of these years. And she most definitely has earned her stripes.
We know that you'll be missed tremendously, but also that this break is well-deserved and your family is probably waiting for it.
There's another one. I feel like, every time I say that, I feel like, I'm competing with this Khalid fellow. But anyway, coming back, Brother Muhammad, coming back and saying, I have completed 40 years in my job. Commenced in 1986. Have had good management all along. Working in government, currently in health.
Alhamdulillah. 40 years.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Zach,
40 years.
One day you and I would say the same thing.
Working 40 years in the same place. Hey?
One day.
She can't say it now. She can't say because the first time I met her was working in a different radio station.
And then another one after that.
Yeah, there you go. 3 minutes and counting to 8. That's it for the program. For this morning, say ta-ta after you give us the Salah times.
Your Salah times for today.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
she can't read it.
I apologize.
She
Had
left
to
her
find
glasses
it.
at home.
Zohar,
Yeah.
12 p.m. It is p.m. Asr, 26 minutes past 3. Maghrib, 6 minutes past 5. And Isha, inshallah, at 28 minutes past 6 tonight. Have a lovely day. Be the best version of you.
2 minutes and counting now to 8. News comes to you from Johannesburg at 8 a.m. That's it for your breakfast rush for this morning. Thank you very much for being there and contributing to the program on all the various different platforms. You do good, be good, have a magical Monday.
Brought to you courtesy of the Willerton Group, at the forefront of innovation and one of the leading competitors in the South African FMCG market.
For over 5 decades, Sunfoil has nurtured a legacy rooted from our land. From a sunflower seed grown with goodness and love, crafted through excellence, precision, and care. Proudly South African and the only 100% pure sunflower oil endorsed as a diamond.